Everybody, welcome back to the Tony Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T here, as we're ready to give you free picks here from this college football card, NBA, of course, college hoops, as well as NHL. Let's say hello. We'll meet the cappers, then we get right to the picks. We don't mess around here on the Tony Picks Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
No, not too much, Tony. Nice little winning day. Not a massive winning day, but a winning day nonetheless. As long as anything looks green for the day, hey, that's all we're looking for. Here's the goal of adding up those winning days for the month and the year. That's all we're doing. Tyson fight? Can I tell you how much I watched? Zero. Absolutely zero. I could not. We knew it was going to be like one of those staged things. He tried, and they both tried, but Jake Paul just danced around the ring, right? This is Mr. Dance around the ring, and just he was faster, and we kind of seen what it was. It was like yesterday when we talked about it. It was. I'm sorry if you were on Tyson. Yikes.
Yeah, that was you had 30 seconds. You had a 30-second chance. That was it. 30 seconds in the first round, and that was all. That's all chance you had. We got over. Mindy, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. Excited for some football here today. That is for sure. I mean, the Huskers are back, right?
Yeah, Huskers are back. We'll see what they roll here. So, Ron, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yep, let's hope we don't buffer here. So, yeah, like Netflix did. So, I'm just hoping that they fix it before my Chiefs and Steelers play on Christmas Day. So let's get going. Yeah. Nice 3-1 night for me. So let's keep it going.
Work there from Ron. Hello to Solo. Solo's happening.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Another good day yesterday. Huge card today. Just ready to fire, make some money.
Yep, me too. I had two come off of 2-1 day yesterday. UTSA, the team is coming up. Like the way they looked last night. All right, let's get on with college football. This is how we work here. We just get to business right away. Let's take a look at the nooner games. We'll start here with Texas, Arkansas, Liberty, UMass, Louisiana Tech, Western Kentucky, Tulane, and Navy are winning there in the AAC title game. Clemson, Pittsburgh, Ohio State, Northwestern, Utah, and Colorado here. We'll stop it there. We'll get started here with Ron. I'm sorry, with the Rod.
Yeah, and we're looking at Utah, Colorado. You know what? I think Colorado just continues to roll. They just keep getting better and better week after week. So I'm going to lay the points there with Colorado. I think they win by 2 touchdowns plus. Utah, tough place to trade. Hey, it's still both with altitude, but you're going from one altitude to another altitude. And that place is going to be rocking. Give me Colorado, lay the points there. I think they easily win by 2 touchdowns. I don't think Utah's offense will be able to keep up with how much scoring Colorado is going to be able to do. I know their defense might slow them up a little bit, but not enough to not get the cover there. Prime gets the cover. Hey, he's not in prime time. He's an early start for him there in that one. He might not like it. And then another one I'm looking at Tulane and Navy. I like it to go over the total. We know what Tulane's been doing, and they've just been running it up. Run. And I think both teams can run it up. Not a whole lot of defense can be played in that game between Tulane and Navy. Give me the over 50 there in that one. I think we easily get over that total today. And the other one I'm looking at Texas here. Let's see what Texas did last week. You know what? I think they do the same thing to Arkansas. I think they roll right into Arkansas and run right over them. Give me Texas big in that one. I'm going to try to find a nice big extended line on Texas to roll the Razorbacks there in that one. A few I like at that time slot.
Right there from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Mindy.
All right. Let's go ahead and start with Ohio State. I mean, you have Will Howard over here putting up 19 touchdowns on the season. Whenever you have Day, he's 55-1 when he has a double-digit spread against him, and then 33-22 to cover that. So I like Ohio State here to win big. We'll also be on Colorado here today. I mean, look at this one. Shedeur Sanders, ranked 8th in the nation right now, according to 103 there for Wilson. I think it's a huge mismatch. We're going to be all over the Buffaloes here today. And then when it comes to Texas, Arkansas, I like over. They've gone over in their last 7. And then we got Clemson and Pittsburgh. I'm going to go ahead and go under in that one. That'll be me for the 11 o'clockers.
9-8 for Nooners Eastern.
Or Nooners, yes.
Nooners. Over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I think Texas rolls today. We got the old Southwest Conference matchup there going on. But, yeah, Texas really needs to make a statement because you think about actually who they beaten. It's Vanderbilt. And committee's going to look at this one. They need to destroy Arkansas today, and I think they do that. Utah, Colorado. I think Utah's better with Rose at quarterback. I don't know about you guys, but I think Colorado's in the position. They could, they hold their own destiny. They could get the Big 12 championship. So I'm gonna look at Colorado. I don't like that line move. It's moved a little bit too much now. I think it's up to 2 touchdowns, right? So maybe just below that. I don't know, but definitely I think we're going to get an over in that one. Let's see, Tulane and Navy. Hey, Navy's going to get a shot at Army. It won't be in the championship, though. I think Tulane's going to solidify their spot in the AAC championship today, and they're going to get Navy, and then Navy will have to wait till the traditional Army-Navy game to play their rival Army. Ohio State and Northwestern, that's at Wrigley today. It's going to be a fun one, right? So look for Ohio State to keep the momentum there. Northwestern is just a bad team, but they do come to play when they play Ohio State, so it could be closer than the experts think. And the Clemson showed us something last week. Pittsburgh just been on a downfall, and I know it's just something going on with that Pitt team. They are at home, but I think Clemson's got no problem there.
Yeah, from Ron, we move on over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the Tulane Navy game. Tulane started the season out real strong, had some tough opponents. They took it on the chin early. They've kind of really came around the corner and really slowed things down on defense. I think they get the cover. Not Ohio State, Louisiana Tech, West Kentucky. I think we see some points. I think this total goes over 52. One more I like. I think Texas rolls too. They look strong last week. I like the quarterback from Arkansas. He's dual threat, but I just don't think he can compete. I don't think they can stay with Texas. I think they roll and pull away in the second half.
All right, there from Solo. I'll tell you what games I look at. I'm going to look here at this Western Kentucky. I'm no fan of Louisiana Tech on the road. I mean, they've not been doing very well. You look at the WKU. They've been putting up 39 points per game against Conference USA. Really good passing attack, 73% completions, 11 yards per pass attempt, and they're defending the pass very well. You look at Louisiana Tech, 2-9 to the spread on the road against Conference USA, 0-5 to the spread on the road facing these good passing teams that average 250 yards passing per game. And in this price range, WKU has been covering spreads here at 4-0 to the spread, favored by 10.5 to 21. I'll look at their side here. I'm there with Clemson as well here against this Pitt Panthers team. Holstein injury here. His status is a big concern here for this Pittsburgh team. I know he was banged up. And also, too, looking here at this Panthers, they've really struggled with their running game and accuracy at the quarterback position. So I'll look here at Clemson laying it there. I'm going to take a Utah here plus the points here. This line moves too much for me. I think Utah's defense is pretty good. And I think that loss last night fired them up. Remember, they're still in bowl consideration. They're 4-5. They got to win 2 of their final 3 games to become bowl eligible. So I think this is a game where Colorado could win, maybe get a scare and not cover. So I'll go ahead and take all those bullet of points here with Utah team. Utah team probably feeling a little disrespected. How are we giving 2 points? How are we giving 2 touchdowns to Prime on the road? That's for our Utah team. Got a little disrespect there. All right, let's continue here on the 26th morning show as we continue on here with the next series of games. And we've got here, we'll go from 12:45 Eastern time and finish at 3 Eastern time there with these slots. We got UL Monroe, Auburn, Coastal Carolina, Marshall, FAU Temple, FIU Jacksonville State, Michigan State here going up against Illinois, San Jose State, Kennesaw, Syracuse, and Cal. And we'll end it here with Hawaii and Utah State. We start here with Rod.
Yeah, first one I'm looking at is ULM coming into Auburn. That's a lot of points for Auburn to cover, especially when they're turnover prone and they like to fumble the ball. So 24.5, that's a lot of points. So I'll take ULM plus 24.5 there. Auburn wins, but not by 24.5. Another one in this time spot. You look at Illinois. Hey, Illinois at home, solid team, right? I'm going to go with Michigan State there in that one. I think Michigan State comes in and gets the win, upset. I'm going to take Michigan State on the money line. I think we got a battle there on our hands. Teams that really don't like each other, and I think Michigan State comes away with the win there. And then Alabama minus 42.5 against Mercer. Looks like they win by 56-0. So I'll lay 42.5 with Alabama, and they run right over Mercer there in that one. Think about mismatch. Here, let's just schedule this little soft spot to pad our stats against Mercer. So I think Alabama has no problem padding the stats in that one there. And then you went all the way to 3:30, right?
No, three.
Okay,
Stop at 3.
I'll stop there.
Up there? All right.
Yeah, I like a bunch of the 3:30s, so I don't want to jump to those.
All right. Move on over to Mindy.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like this is a time slot for me where there's guys that throw lots of interceptions. So I'm going to look to kind of go against that here today. You have Vasco here for Coastal Carolina. He throws a ton. I'm going to go ahead and take Marshall here to cover. I think I'm going to go with Illinois. I do agree that I think this is going to be a tough matchup. Fight, drag it out. But you have Childs there, 13 interceptions on the season. I think that's a recipe for disaster. It's the same thing here for Sam Houston State, right? You got lots of interceptions. I think I'll go ahead and take that team from Georgia. Going to go ahead and go with California versus Syracuse. Syracuse is just having a tough time covering here over the last couple of games. So I think I'll take Cal there in that one. Again, if you look at Syracuse with McCord, 12 INTs, that's a bunch. So I'll take California.
There from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, but here's the thing about McCord, Mindy. You know, he's a good quarterback and can get that back door. So I'm going to take Syracuse in that one to cover that back door. They won't win the game, but I got a video up from Michigan State, Illinois. Check that one out. I agree with Rod. I think Michigan State, plus they're fighting for bowl eligibility, so we need to get Jonathan Smith a definite win there. And my boys at Auburn, we're going to take the under. Yeah, they're coming off a bye week. Last time they came off a bye week, you know, they played Mizzou, very tough to a low-scoring game. So take the under 46 at Auburn today. And what was the other one I was looking at? Hawaii. Yeah, give me Hawaii. Utah State's horrible. I'm going to take Hawaii to roll.
There from Ron. Move on over to Solo.
I'm going to lay it with Alabama. I think they beat up on Mercer late. And, late in the season, I think they stay on the gas and try to run it up, try to, convince this committee that they're a better team than what they are. This Cal-Syracuse game, I'm going to take the over. I think Syracuse goes up and down, scores some points. I think we do see some turnovers, but I think we get over, 57 and a half?
Yeah, 57 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
Yep, 57 and a half. There. From Solo, I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to take Coastal Carolina plus the points in this one here in the Sun Belt. They've been very effective here in moving the football in the conference, although the defense has been rough here in this spot. But Chanticleer's 4-2. The spread as a road dog. I'll take them. I like how they looked in that midweek game. I'll be on their side. Also, too, I'll be looking at FAU minus 2.5. The passing game and the quarterback played better on that Owls team there. Jacksonville State has been pounding teams. Now they're going to pound FIU to the ground here. Gamecock 6-1. The spread is a road favorite, and they're just they can run the football. Oh man, over there, Rich Rod, he has no mercy. This has no mercy on anybody. He'll pound anybody. It could be an immediate family member coaching the other side. He doesn't care. He'll just pound the ball on you. So I'll look at that side there. Also here, what are we at here? Let's see what other game I was looking at here. I'm going to go ahead and lay it with Cal, man. That's Cal team. I've tried going against them, man. There's this long road trip here for Syracuse, and they're showing me something here. Syracuse on the road, 0-5. They're spread against these really good passing teams that averages 250 yards passing per game or greater. I'll go ahead and lay it there with the California Golden Bears. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show. Let's stick here just to the 3:30 games. There's some good games in the slot, so we'll just stick it to 3:30 here. We've got USF Charlotte, Penn State Purdue. We got Louisville and Stanford, Boston, BC here, and the SMU, Virginia and Notre Dame, Oregon State Air Force, LSU, Florida. We'll stop it there. We'll start here with Rod.
And we'll first look at Boston College going into SMU, and that SMU offense definitely can put up some points, and I think they put up a whole pile in that one. I think Boston College will chip in enough to get us over this 54. I think 54 is way too light on the total there. SMU, you look what they've been doing. They've been scoring well into the 30s over the last few games, well into the 30s all season long. And you look what Boston College has been doing up their last three. Well, they've been giving up 34 points plus in their last three. So both teams get enough points to get us up over the total. Looking at LSU taking on the Gators, going into the swamp. The swamp's pretty swampy. Dealing with how many injuries? Ooh, it's a laundry list. It's like this long at least. I think this is after LSU didn't look so good last week. They got run out off the field in that one. So I think they bounced back and they beat up on Florida because just Florida's beat up. Look at that schedule they went through. It's finally taken its toll with injuries on that Florida team. So I'll take LSU there. And then another one, you look, Stanford's just been a punching bag for a lot of teams over the last few weeks. And I think Louisville, that offense starts to shine, and they come right in and use Stanford as the punching bag. Lay it with Louisville there in that one. And then I'm looking at, nope, that's it. I don't want to. That was a 4 o'clock one. I almost jumped the clock. Oh, wait. I almost jumped the slot.
Oh, jump it. All right. Move on over to Mindy.
Yeah, this time slot, it starts with a whole bunch of big spreads. Like, don't like any of those. Penn State, Virginia. Those are crazy. But like Rod, I love Louisville here in this one. Stanford's just awful, just terrible. Shug's out there getting it done. That's for sure. LSU, I really like them. I think they just might crush them here. They've won like their last 15 versus non-ranked opponents. Florida's just on a bad skid here. Then I'm going to go ahead and go with Oregon State Air Force. They failed to cover the spread there in their last 12. So give me Oregon State there.
All right, there for Mindy. We'll move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to take Virginia against Notre Dame. I think that's way too many points. Notre Dame got a big one coming up with the Army coming up here soon. Also, looking at got to stick with my SEC. So, I'm taking LSU. I think they come back off that embarrassment on national TV to Alabama. So, take LSU in that one.
All right, on over to Solo.
Yeah, I agree with Ron. Definitely take Virginia with the points. It's too many points. Notre Dame. I think they'll get walked down and late in the game, and they won't cover this spread. LSU bounces back major. Florida just doesn't have the offense to stay with them. LSU rolls the victory here. Louisville's going to smack them around, and I do like the Boston College SMU over. I think points come early and often.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I think about these games. Louisville, Stanford. I'm going to take Stanford plus the points. Louisville's defensive form just tough to trust, giving up 3 touchdowns on the road. Look over their past 3 games, put up 36 points a game, 5.5 yards a carry. 277 yards passing. Not really good here. I know Stanford's a tough team to back, but we look here at the Cardinals' form here. It's tough to lay points. Louisville 1-10 to the spread as a road favorite. Oh, no, thank you. I'll take Stanford in this spot. I'll agree there. Virginia and Notre Dame. I'll go ahead and take the points here with Virginia. Virginia on the road putting up 32 points a game, getting pretty good quarterback play from Calandria. 70% completions, nearly 8 yards for pass attempt on the road. Yeah, give me the Cavs here at plus the points in this spot. And boy, this Oregon State team, man, what has happened to them? I'll take it. Just looked horrible. You look at the past 3 games, give up 9 points. I know Air Force doesn't throw the football, but man, giving up 34 points a game. Terrible passing numbers. They have not been getting good quarterback play.
They had the lead last week at halftime, right?
Yeah.
And they blew it in the second half. Yeah, it was crazy.
They blew it in that one. Beavers here. Take a look at the Beavers' run defense on the road, give it 5.5 yards a carry. Again, we look at here at the Beavers, 1-3 the spread as against losing teams. I'll take Air Force plus the points in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we continue here with our college football rundown. So let's take a look at the games that we'll be covering here on the next slot. We'll go from, 4 Eastern, and we'll go all the way till, we'll go all the way till 6 Eastern. So 4 Eastern, actually, no. Let's get 7 Eastern. Yeah, let's go all the way to 7 Eastern. We'll stop at 7 Eastern. Here are the games we cover. Troy, Georgia Southern, James Madison, Old Dominion, Baylor, West Virginia, Nebraska. The Mindies are at the USC today. We got Missouri and South Carolina, Arkansas State, Georgia State, Rutgers and Maryland, South Alabama, Louisiana, Southern Miss, Texas State, ASU and Kansas State, Boise State and San Jose State. We get to start with Rod.
I'm looking at the first one we'll start with is Baylor in West Virginia, 59.5. You know what? I think it's just a touch too high there for me. I'm going to take the under 59.5. I know you look both teams 6-3 to the over this season, but I think this just sneaks under the total. in a game that we'll see a lot of long drives, a lot of running the ball, and then we'll see some field goals being kicked as a result of those long drives getting stuffed. So I like the under 59.5 there in that one. And then Nebraska, it's probably a 7-point game. I really do. I think that's going to be a push. I got to pass on that. I'll leave that to Mindy. I looked at it. I was like, if they gave me the 7.5, I probably would be taking it with Nebraska because it's that spot where it's like I think they can keep it close and hang, but 7, it just seems like it's going to be a push to me on that one. USA gets a late touchdown. Maybe Nebraska in the first half. Maybe they pop out in the first half. I'm gonna pass on that one. and then I'm looking.
No need to try to rationalize all that. Yeah.
Another one in the star spot I'm looking at is I'm going to take Maryland. Rutgers on the road, not where I want to be putting my money, and they're only at 5.5. No thanks, not enough. Give me a 7.5. I might think about it. Maryland definitely can score some points, and I think they'll be able to score some points at home on Rutgers and win by 7+. Play with Maryland there in that one.
There from Rod. All right, we move on over to Mindy.
Oh, of course I'm going to cover it. I mean, Nebraska's only lost in November every single game for the last 14 years right now. So they're not covering this one today. I'm going to go and I'll be on USC. I'll be rooting for those Huskers, but our shot at a bowl might come down to Iowa. I don't think we'll have a chance here versus Wisconsin next week either. So we'll go ahead and go that route with USC. We'll take the Fighting Tonys. But I like West Virginia to cover. They've won their last 8 as short underdogs. I think it's 1 point spread, 2 point spread, something like that. Also like Missouri to cover. I kind of feel like this is a little bit disrespectful for Missouri to be almost 2 touchdowns there. And then I do like Maryland also. They've covered their last 4 in November, which is the opposite of those Huskers. So let's go ahead and take Maryland today.
There from India.
Hey, Mindy, here's a stat for you.
What's that?
Bet against USC as a favorite of 3.5 to 10 points. USC's record since 2023, 0-6 ATS. Go Huskers!
I know
they're going to have all this hype with the new, offensive coordinator and such.
Mm-hmm.
And, usually when weird things like that happen, it's not usually good for the Huskers.
So now it's going to be weird, and it will be good for the Huskers.
Well, I mean, let's hope so, right? Let's hope so.
Let's hope the head coach. Let's hope the head coaches sign on for that.
We talked about it, right? This might have been a forced upon him, or you're not going to get funds, right? I mean, yeah.
Let's see how that one
Rayola
rolls.
has to get better in the pocket. I think that he just struggles whenever they get any sort of pressure on him. He's just not a very fleet of foot there in the middle.
No, not that way. All right, let's move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I got another stat for you, Mindy.
All right, what
Bet
is it?
against USC when they go on probation. They get flat for probation. So, I'm taking Nebraska. I think Nebraska all day. They're changing quarterbacks for USC. Miller Moss is out right there, Tony.
Maeva from Arizona.
Yeah, so I'm taking Nebraska here. I know she got faith. She's in the background saying, "Yeah, I know they're gonna win." But I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to jinx it. That's
No
right.
way are they winning.
But me and the SEC, we're going back to the SEC, and I agree 100%. Give me the Missouri Tigers with that one. And I think I put it out before on one of the shows. Road dogs in the SEC are covered at an unbelievable pace this year. Maybe not the road dogs that are losing teams, but definitely the winning teams. So, and Missouri is a winning team. I agree. This is a slap in the face just because you beat A&M and you beat Vanderbilt so badly. 13 points is way too much for Missouri. So I'm taking Mizzou in that one. Let's see. We're still on the 7 o'clock, Tony.
Yep, up until 7 o'clock. Yep.
Give me Boise State. Boise State makes a statement. They roll right over San Jose State. Definitely in that one. Baylor, West Virginia. I've kind of gone back and forth all week on this one. I like West Virginia at home, but Baylor with that just one. They got a better pass offense, definitely, and that's the weakness for West Virginia is that pass defense. I don't know. Maybe what'd you say, Rod? The under or the over?
I like the under. No, I think
like
the under.
59.5.
It's close. You're gonna be sweating if you're on an under in that one. That's why
I think so. I think so.
You'll be sweating.
But I'm going to take Baylor. I'm going to go ahead and take Baylor on the money line. I think we'll take the Baylor there.
There from Ron. Move on over solo.
Yeah, the West Virginia Baylor game. I agree with Baylor. Baylor started the season off slow. The last couple, I want to say 7-8 weeks. I want to say like 7-2 versus spread. So they kind of made that money back that they lost early in the season. We're going to take them on the money line. I'm going to take Rutgers on the money line over Maryland. I understand Maryland's been scoring points. I got good eyes on this team. I don't really believe in Coach Loxley. I think he's lost this team. They can't run the ball. Shiano doesn't really play good versus bigger teams, but Maryland, I think he might beat up on them. Take Rutgers on the money line. And Nebraska and USC, I hate to say it, take Nebraska on the money line. Lincoln Riley's lost his team. I just don't believe in them. They changed some quarterbacks. I don't understand what's going on with USC. No way I could back them.
It's you and Will Compton, right? He just tweeted out. He's like, this is a Nebraska money line type of day.
Yep.
All right. My was from a UNLV transfer, not from Arizona. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and lay it here with USC only because Nebraska's pass defense on the road is just horrible. I mean, 29 points a game they get up on the road, and they're giving up 78% completion rates, 9.5 yards per pass attempt. Yikes. And they've been an inefficient team, run and pass offensively on the road. It's just both sides of the football on the road, just too bad to at least we've seen USC show some life at home. I know sometimes they go lifeless here in the fourth quarter, but the Nebraska numbers are just too bad here on the road to take them in this spot. I'm with the guys here with Missouri here, plus the points. They've had Missouri Gamecocks have trouble against these teams, these defensive teams that allow 310 yards per game or fewer. 0-3 to the spread at home against these teams. I'll take Missouri here plus the 14. I will take here Arkansas State plus 3. Georgia State's lost six straight games. And we've seen the run was able to move the football here against the Sun Belt. 5 yards of carry on the ground, 67% completion rate. So I'll look at Arkansas State in that one. And in the let's see what else we got here. I'm going to continue. This Louisiana team, man, had they not lost that game, they may be in the discussion for that playoff spot here. And I think they'll lose to Boise State in the end. But I'm going to take the Raging Cajuns here. We look at South Alabama. They've really struggled defensively on the road this season. And they've been able to move the football. But this Louisiana team is really good on both sides of the football. We look at them here. Over their past 3 games, outscoring teams by 17 points a game. I'll look here at Louisiana. Oh, this Southern Miss outfit is so bad. I'll just lay it with Texas State. I know why Brett Favre wanted to go to jail for this team. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, Marshall was my big play last week. Yeah.
All right. ASU, I'm a believer, man. This coach and their quarterback's getting the job done. I'll take the points here with ASU here against Kansas State. Wildcats' pass defense is a question mark. But I'll take the points here with Arizona State. They've shown some heart this year. And I'm going to go under here in this Boise State and San Jose State. A lot of games in this spot here. I think the defense comes to play here for this Boise State team. They know San Jose State has a little success throwing the football, but I think Boise State's defense come in here and shut them down here. We look at the numbers here. They hold the teams at 3.6 yards to carry, just 58% completion rate. So Boise State's defense gets it done here, and they keep it under in this spot. And San Jose State here can play a little defense as well. You look at the way they played. It's been allowing 23 points per game against the Mountain West. That's how I'll look at that one. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we get ready here for the next series of games from college football. And we will, let's see here. We start with Tennessee, Georgia. I guess we'll just close it out. Let's close it out here. Tennessee, Georgia, Oregon, Wisconsin. A Big Ten title berth on the line for Oregon. New Mexico State, Texas A&M. Wake Forest, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Iowa State, UAB, Memphis, Washington State, New Mexico, Kansas and BYU tonight, San Diego State and UNLV with a big spread. We get to start here with Rod. You're mute, Rod. You're on mute.
I'm looking at Oregon taking on Wisconsin here. Oregon just keeps 13.5. Look what Wisconsin did. They haven't scored a whole lot. I expect them to step up a little bit. I think they've dived off a cliff. I think Oregon, just as you said, they want to clinch that spot. So give me Oregon. I think they win by. It's now dropped, so some money's come in on Wisconsin. Somebody thinks it's going to be close. I don't. I mean, the Ducks there in that one. I'm not getting in front of the Ducks, and I'm not stepping on Ducks. So no, give me Oregon there in that one. And I think Tennessee plus the 8.5. I think that's where I want to be. I think they can keep it close. I don't think Georgia's going to run it up like people are thinking there in that one. I need Tennessee to keep it close. Plus the 8.5. Yeah, give me the 8.5 there in that one. And then give me Cincinnati here plus the 7.5 there versus Iowa State. I think that's another close one. Cincinnati can slow it up and slow Iowa State down. Keep it close there in that one. Did you finish the card?
Yeah, finish the card. Finish the card.
Okay. And then this Kansas BYU, right? I'm looking at this, and I think I went both ways on this one. I was like, I want to take Kansas. It's like because I think they come in and make it close and make BYU sweat a little bit in that one. So I just couldn't get there though. It's BYU at home, right? BYU at home. I just can't do it. It's just like everywhere I see there's a lot of people on Kansas, so I got to take BYU there. I think they win it outright. See, Ron's shaking his head, so he's one of those people on Kansas.
No, hell no. I don't know.
Just like when they played UCF, just like when they played. I mean,
exactly.
That was the time they're going to lose. Every week's the time they're going to lose.
I'm all over BYU. I don't
okay, good. Yeah, take BYU there.
Yeah, because the Sharps are trying to say, we were right. We told you BYU was 25-1. They should have been last. We're going to prove it's going to happen, right? The Sharps.
If this was 7, I could see it, but come on, 2.5, 1. Come on,
yeah,
no.
that's just, all these guys are trying to outsmart themselves because, like I said, that was they had BYU last there to win the Big 12, and they can't live with that.
And give me San Diego State plus the 21.5. I don't see UNLV whipping somebody out by 21.5. They just seem like they get out to a good start and they get a nice lead, and then they take their foot off the gas.
Yeah,
they cruise a little bit in the second half. So 21.5, too many for UNLV to come.
Yeah, I can see a case of bubble burst when they lose to Boise State. The bubble burst for them. They lost their playoff shot.
Exactly. So 21.5, that's way too many.
So Mark Lawrence, bubble burst on over to Mindy.
So I feel like I'm just going to emphasize Rod's games that he just gave you. I love Oregon. They're 7-1 against the spread here. 23-0 whenever you give them a minus 14 point spread just on an outright win. I think this one could get totally out of control, like Oregon putting up 50. Tennessee here, I really like them as underdogs. I think they've won like their last 8. I love Cincinnati versus Iowa State. Iowa State, again, one of these teams that just doesn't perform well in November, right? It's one of those they just tend to miss field goals. They just do a lot of crazy things, like just a lack of discipline when they get late in the season. It's just been historically the Iowa State way. I love BYU here. In this one, like I said, I'm just going to go over Rod's card. That's all. Also like the over. I think this one, it's with Kansas. They always are going to hang in there. They're not going to go away. But again, it's one of those things. There'll probably be a couple fumbles here and there. Again, teams that get less disciplined as they go throughout the season. And I love San Diego State here catching the points. UNLV, again, failed to cover against their last 6 conference opponents.
They're from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, this Oregon game, everybody's seen Hot Tub Time Machine. It's kind of like we're waiting for the guy's arm to get chopped off, And I think it's getting chopped off tonight. And I made a video on it. You got an undefeated team in November on the road, laying double digits against the team that's only allowing under 25 points per game. They are 0-8 against the spread. We're going to see Wisconsin cover tonight. They're not going to win. We know that. But they're going to cover tonight. So the arm's getting chopped off tonight by the Oregon. The other one we've already talked about, road dogs in the SEC, and Tennessee is really good as a dog. They're horrible as a favorite. Remember that when they're at home. Josh Heupel's horrible as a favorite. Saw it against Kentucky last week, or Mississippi State last week, in Kentucky a couple weeks back. Horrible as a favorite, but you get them as a dog, yeah, you want to take them. And why in the hell is North Carolina laying 10 points? There's no way. I know Wake Forest is not that good, but come on, really? Yeah, North Carolina, just because they, waxed a Florida State team and who else they beat? They beat somebody bad, but Yeah, I'm taking Wake in that one.
There from Ron. We move on over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay the points with Memphis. I don't think UAB can stay with them. I think they run it up late on them, pull away. The Cincinnati Iowa State game, I'm leaning towards Cincinnati. Iowa State the last couple of weeks they just haven't looked good, but Cincinnati offense, they scored some points in Colorado, but they're not very strong in the trenches. They kind of make me a little nervous up front. I'm kind of with Ron and the Wake Forest North Carolina game. I went back and forth all week with that. I can't really lay the 10 with either side, so I'm going to take the under 64.
There from Solo. Say what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the points here with Tennessee. Georgia 5-10 of the spread as a home favorite. As Ron was talking about these SEC home dogs coming in. Look at the Bulldogs' pass defense against the SEC, giving up almost 7 yards per pass attempt. So we haven't seen that really the defense here from Georgia, that elite style, at least there. I'll also look here. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to go under in Wake Forest at North Carolina here. Tar Heels defense here over the past 3 giving up 22 points a game. Is that possible? It is. They're just showing some defense here. And the Demon Deacons has had some issues running the football, inaccurate quarterback play. So I'll look here at that under in that game. And what we at here? I'm going to go over in Cincinnati and Iowa State here in this spot. We're looking here at the issues here with this Cincinnati team, a run defense, a concern here. Bearcats 4-0 to the over when a road dog of 3.5 to 10. I'll look at the over in that spot. What else do we have in this time slot here? Boy, I'm going to stay away from that Washington State, New Mexico game. Seems like a high total 72. Oh my goodness, Washington State's actually. I'm going to go under there. Washington State's not the same team on the road. They're not an efficient. They are not an efficient team away from home. 25 points a game, 3.3 yards a carry, 59% completion rate. I'll go under in that 70 under that game, and yeah, I'm with BYU there all day, all night. You know, this is like the issue with Kid. The quarterback's not very accurate. We know the defense here for this Cougars team is great. All that I have in mind here is BYU pounded Kansas State at home 38-9. You know what I mean? Yep. And Kansas has lost all 4 of the road games, right? And this is the one they're going to win. No, it's not.
No,
it's not. It's not going to happen here. And that's how I look at that one. All right.
Yeah, last week was our shot, Tony. Me and Mindy called that. You know, when they beat Iowa State at Arrowhead, that was their bounce game. You know, so yeah, I don't know what everybody sees in Kansas. Forget that.
I know. It's just the old fade BYU, the disrespected team of the year, BYU.
Just keep doing it. Keep doing it all the way to the Big 12 championship. Keep doing it.
Keep doing it. I like that. We're getting value on the BYU Cougars. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. A 5-game NBA card tonight, the Post Cup here. So now we've got the Saturday card to look at, and we'll knock it out here. We'll start with Bucks, Hornets, Raptors, and Celtics. We'll get it underway here with Rock.
16.5 points. All right. What? Yeah, okay. Give me 16.5 with the Raptors in that one. I think they keep it close. Does Boston want to come running out the gym? They could if they want to, right? But do they? I don't think so. I'll take the Raptors plus the points. They've been covering spreads all season long. So give me the Raptors plus the points there in that one. And then I'm really not loving this NBA card today. A lot of teams in the back-to-back. Lots of teams in the back-to-back. That's all I like there. Give me the Raptors plus the points.
They're from Rod. Move on over to Mindy.
Yeah, I just don't like looking at those cup courts at all. Like they just bother me. I hate it. But yeah, I'll take the Hornets. It's one of those, the Bucks still kind of just having trouble covering. I'll go back on the Lakers. They've won last 15 of 16 versus losing teams. Agree. The Raptors, they've covered. You know, they're getting it done. Plus, it's a huge point spread. I'm going to go ahead on the next 2 on those back-to-backs, like Brad had talked about. I'm going to go under the 228 in both of those for the Spurs and the Mavs and the Jazz and the Kings. That's all I got on those, Tony.
All right, they're from Mindy.
Why are the Milwaukee Bucks court blue? Like blue, like really, like bright blue, like blind you bright blue. And I was like, why is this blue? It doesn't even match. And then you can see that they added this little blue trim onto their unis. And I was like, really?
They don't match.
I was like, that doesn't even match. That was awful. Whose idea was that?
The worst. It's the worst.
It's
horrible.
so blue. I was like, why is it blue? Isn't it supposed to be green? Why would you have some sort of green on there? It's like, oh my goodness. No sense to me. It's like blue. And it's bright blue. Like, it's not a little.
Oh, yeah.
Blue.
Yeah, they're definitely after. They're definitely after that young demographic. That what's that bowling? What's that midnight bowling where you have to
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
We got low bowl going on and low basketball.
The neon bowling at night,
bowling at
midnight. Yep.
Even the wife is like, she's like, "What are you watching? I need to put sunglasses on."
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Funny.
Yeah, neon. It just reminds me in my spinning class, they changed the lighting to neon, and you could half the people, everybody over 40 is complaining. And they're going for a younger demographic. Haven't you noticed less post COVID, there's less people going to the gym? It's a marketing thing. All right, we got. Is it Ron's up next?
Ron's up next.
Yeah. Give me Charlotte. Bucks shouldn't be laying points against anybody, much less home, road. It don't matter. They're horrible. 4-7 in ATS. It's horrible. They're horrible. Yeah, it's too many points for the Celtics. I got the Celtics probably 14. If we can get 14, I'd get there 13.5, but not 16. 16.5. Come on, really? They'll probably lose outright. Watch. That's funny. When they get that big. The Jazz. How in the world did they beat Dallas Thursday night? I guess everybody was paying attention to the Commanders Eagles game, but I don't know what happened.
We got the first two in that one. All right. So
exactly.
All right. So next up, we move on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Bucks Hornets game. Just can't really trust the Bucks. I'd lean toward the Hornets with the points. I think LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller show out, keep this game close. The Raptors Celtics games, you know how I am. That's just too much value for me. I'm gonna take the Raptors on the money line with a sprinkle plus 950.
There you go. We saw that Atlanta Hawks get it done.
There you go.
We saw the Hawks do it here. I'm going to take Charlotte. Just update injuries here on the Bucks side. Lillard, Middleton out. You can put Portis here, a bench score, doubtful. So they lose scoring there, possibly as a doubtful there for Portis. Giannis and Green, probable. Jeffries, Richards, Williams out for Charlotte. Bridges will be probable in this game. Toronto, we've got Barnes, Brown quickly out. Some upgrades here. Olenek now doubtful. Walter doubtful. If you call that an upgrade, it's an upgrade. Boston, Porzingis out. Springer, Holiday questionable there. So Holiday, the big one there in that game. I'll look here at Charlotte here plus the points. Milwaukee, boy, we look at them on the road. They really can't generate much offense. A -9, almost a -10 rating on the road here for this Milwaukee Bucks team. At least Charlotte can make their threes and defend the 3-point line. The Bucks 7-14 of the spread on the road after a home game. So when they start road trips, they don't come ready. So I'll look at Charlotte at that plus price there. And in that, I'm going to go over Toronto and Boston here. At home, Boston's hitting their threes, 19 in spread, 19-11 to the over when they're favored in this price range by 10 or more points. And they're a good offense team at home, averaging 120 points per 100 possessions. And Toronto not very well defensively, but they can shoot the ball a little bit and put up points. So I'll look at the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we'll close out the NBA card for tonight. And it will be the Lakers and Pelicans here. We see the Lakers 6.5, 7, total 222 or 219.5. There's a big discrepancy on this total. Spurs and Mavericks here. Mavs 10.5. We also look at Jazz and Kings. The Kings here, 10.5, 11, 9. These numbers are all over the place here. There, and this one we start here with Rod.
I think it opened at 8.5 and just shot up to like 10.5. It's like in the Sacramento Utah game. It's like Sacramento laying that many points at home. Maybe bounce back off a home loss, but yuck. I'll take Utah plus the points there in that one. That's just too many at double digits. Yeah, I don't see Sacramento in the second half of back-to-back covering a double-digit spread. And then Dallas looked like ass against Utah last time out. So I don't trust them. I'm going to Dallas equals ass until they until further notice because they're just awful. 10.5. What the heck? Spurs are on that second half of back-to-back, but still. That's too many points for this Dallas team to be covering. I'll lay it with the Spurs there. Give me the Spurs plus points with a sprinkle on the money line to upset Dallas in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, I'll give you some updates here on some of the injuries there. Hayes and Wood out for the Lakers. Vanderbilt is upgraded to doubtful. Hood, Shafino, Hakamura questionable. So Hakamura updated to questionable here. Of course, you never know with Davis and James in a back-to-back, so keep your eyes open there. For the Pelicans, Alvarado, Hawkins, Jones, Murray, Zion out. McCollum has been upgraded to doubtful. So that's the word there on that game. Spurs and Dallas. So Khan out. Drones upgraded to doubtful. Dallas, Exum. Washington is out. Washington doubtful. Doncic probable. Seems like he's on the injury report every day. For the Jazz here, Kessler, Preston out. Markkanen questionable. On the Sacramento side, their six-man Monk remains out. Carter out. DeRozan questionable. Sabonis hits the injury report as probable. He has some back issues, so keep an eye there here with Sabonis here in this back-to-back spot. Probable. We move on over to Mindy.
Yeah, so I guess I messed up last time because I ran through the whole card. I thought we were doing that. So to reemphasize, I like the Spurs, Mavs, Jazz, Kings under the 228. Both of those two on the back-to-backs. I think they put a string of 8 onto the under in both of those games. So there we go.
There we go from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, let's see. My spreadsheet says to take the Jazz. I don't like it, but I'm taking the Jazz because the spreadsheet says it does. No, I just like, man, how in the world they won the other night? That's just unbelievable. I had the Mavericks as well. I guess I got to take the Lakers here, even though I really don't like it. But once again, spreadsheet says take the Lakers, so I guess we'll take the Lakers and lay the 6.5.
They're from Ron on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Lakers Pelicans game. Lakers, like say on the back-to-back, so it's Pelicans. I think they get up and down, but I actually think the Pelicans shoot the three. Lakers kind of leave a lot of people wide open. If you make them, you're going to really, put yourself in a good position to be in this back door. So I'm gonna take the 6 with the Pelicans. I'm gonna take the Jazz. I really just don't like this Kings team, especially with DeRozan out. I'm saying some things I really don't like on the offensive end. Fox ran it up last night, but score 60 and lose. That's crazy. I'm gonna take the Jazz tonight with the points.
There from Solo. All right. I'll be looking here as well with the Pelicans. LA's road defense not very good. Yeah, they got the win yesterday, but man, they gave up a lot of points of defense. And one of those wins, I call those phony wins. You got to win both sides. You got to win the offense and the defense. As Pelicans here, LA on the road, giving them 50% shooting, 123 points a game. Now I'll look at the Pels in that one. Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to go under in this game. That's what Dallas does at home, 34-22, the under at home. The Spurs, those dichotomies, home and away, on the road, just can't shoot. They can't score on the road. 28th in offensive efficiency on the road, 102 points per 100 possessions, hitting just 43%, 32% from the three-point line there. So I'll look here at that under. Also, Dallas playing pretty good defense at home, holding teams to 43% shooting, 30% from three. And Kings game, of course, I'm a box score guy. If you've read some of my stuff, you hear my videos, I like to go over box scores. And there's a name on the Utah Jazz team that has worked his way up from pretty much a scrap heap to a bench guy to now a starter. And this guy has a history of being injured all the time. That's why he lost his spot in Atlanta, and that's John Collins. Ever since they brought John Collins into the lineup, into the starting lineup, this Jazz team has turned it around statistic-wise in covering games. You look at this John Collins, their past 3 games, the Utah Jazz averaging 115 points per 100 possessions, a -1 net rating. So there's been some improvement with John Collins working himself from the scrap heap, becoming a bench scorer. I mean, you know that name from Atlanta. And again, a guy could never stay healthy, but this is the end of the line here. So if you want to stay in the league, you're going to have to start producing. And Collins looks that way. And now they got him in as a starter, and the team has turned around. I'll take the points here with the Utah Jazz. All right, let's continue here on Tony's Bonus Show as we continue on here. Of course, it's college basketball. Of course, they're going to schedule 74 games here on a November Saturday with a ton of college basketball up there. We need some more. We need some more football programs in some of these smaller schools. Is what we need. That's what we really need. We want to have this situation come up here. All right, what we do here this time of the year is we'll probably do the time blocks once we get to December when we get Army, Navy, a single game in college football. Then we'll do them in blocks. But here, we're just asking the captains, give us what you got from college hoops. We'll start with Rod.
And we'll start off with Presbyterian. Hey, they're shooting the three and scoring some points. And they're a dog here against Kennesaw. No, I'll take Presbyterian and the Blue Hose plus the points there in that one to come into Kennesaw and keep it close if they don't outright Kennesaw there in that one. I like the over between Wake Forest and Xavier. I think a whole lot of defense is going to be played there. Track meet style games. I know we've seen a couple recently being lower scoring ones with those two. Not when they get together. Gives track meet over 157 there in that one. And then Wolford heading into Duke. Good luck. Duke's going to win by 30 plus there. I don't give Wolford a chance there at all. They've looked awful. Their name is Whoa. All right. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Just stay away from Wolford. Good luck beating Duke there. You're not even going to get a sniff. So Duke dominant right from opening tip off. Lay the 25 with Duke there in that one. And then I'm looking at give me Wagner plus the 15 versus Seton Hall. Seton Hall shouldn't be laying 15 on anybody. They've looked awful shooting the ball to start the season. 0-3 to the under, 0-3 covering spreads. Wagner can play a little bit of defense, and 15 too many for Seton Hall. Give me Wagner in that one. Moving down. Now, you're looking at Boston U. Laying 5.5 now. It's their home opener. I expected to win the game, but not by 5.5. That's just too many. Give me Dartmouth plus the 5.5. That's Boston U looked awful in that last game out. I know it was way on the other side of the country, but now you're back home in this one, and now you can expect to cover a 6. I don't think so. Give me Dartmouth plus the 5.5, 6 there, and then scroll down a little more. The other one. There's a lot in this. Give me Rice against Northwestern State. Rice, solid team. I think they win by 10 plus there. Bigger, better than Northwestern. I know Northwestern's covered the spread in their first couple, but not here against Rice. Good luck there. I like Minnesota. Give me the Gophers over Yale. We've seen Yale over the last couple of seasons play solid, but they definitely lost a few guys on that team. I like the Gophers at home to cover that number there in that one. I like George Mason on the road heading into East Carolina. East Carolina, scrappy team, but just George Mason team's just bigger, better, and only 2.5. I'll lay it with George Mason there and that when they come into East Carolina to get themselves a win. And then looking at Lemoyne and the Dolphins, they stink. They absolutely stink. They are not a good team at all. Give me St. Bonnie's 3-0 against the number of other Bonnies. Bonnies win by 20 plus or more in that one over Lemoyne.
Lemoyne got some TV time this week.
They did, right? So people are like, now they know who Lemoyne is in that one. And then the other one I like in this is Michigan State. We see Michigan State lost to Kansas just. They hung in with them quite a bit, but give me Michigan State over Bowling Green. Bowling Green 0-2. I like Michigan State by 30 plus in that one.
There from Rod on over to Mindy.
All right. Hey, let's go to Creighton in Omaha. I'll be my homer again. They're laying 22 here versus UMKC, the Roos. They've been beating teams on average by 30. Kalkbrenner's going to be too good of a matchup here in this one. So I will take Creighton laying the big points. And then, I played at Nebraska, Omaha. They're going to go ahead and lose today. So they've been losing by about 20 points per game here. So we'll go ahead and take a Southern Utah laying 7.5. Southern Utah right now averaging 94.3 points per game as well. So look for a big outing by Southern Utah. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and look to Seattle, the late game there to get their first win. They're 0-3 on the season, but they're getting 3 baskets here today. They're getting plus 6.5. It's literally one of those when it comes down to UC San Diego just not getting anything done, shooting like less than 39%. So let's go ahead and look to Seattle to get their first win tonight.
They're from Mindy. We move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I agree with Creighton. I had them as well. Had a couple that Rod had too with Wagner. You look at Seton Hall, what are they averaging like 50 points a game? They should move to the Missouri Valley. They can't even score out there. So And speaking of the Missouri Valley, let's go with the Southwest Missouri State Bears. I know that's what we used to call them, but they're the Missouri State Bears over Tulsa. And they're home dog getting 2.5 there. Battle of Philly, we got Drexel and LaSalle. Give me the Drexel Dragons in that one. Last night, I got hooked with Florida Atlantic in double overtime. They come back today with Liberty. Give me Florida Atlantic in that one. Let's see what else. I think Texas rolls. Mississippi Valley State's probably the worst team in the world, not just NCAA basketball. Yeah, I think they got one win, and one of their wins was Mississippi Women College or something. That's what the one win they have this year. So
at least I have a capper from that. We had a capper from that school.
Colin. He was from
yeah, he was like, yeah, he
really?
Was, he was
for the women's college.
Yeah. Give me Santa Clara and Nevada. This is gonna be a great game. I love Santa Clara. I love the depth of this team. I don't know if you saw the first game, but they had some bench points, like 24 bench points coming off there. So I know Nevada's got some length, but I'm gonna take a shot with Santa Clara plus the 7.5 in that one. Let's see, VCU. I think they keep rolling. Love VCU this year. Very underrated team there. And I think I said Creighton, didn't I? Yep.
Yeah. Go Creighton.
Go Creighton Blue Jays. Yeah. I think that's it for me. Yep.
And from Ron on over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the Notre Dame Georgetown matchup. Coach Cooley brought in the point guard Mac, which slid Epps over from the point guard to the 2 guard, which really set the table. A lot of other players touch the ball. I think this Georgetown team is improving. I think they get Notre Dame on the money line. I like George Mason to get the victory on the money line today versus Coastal. And I'd like UMBC Retrievers to get it done over St. Peter's.
They're from so have one from College Hoop today. I'm gonna butt heads with Mindy. I like Nebraska Omaha today. You got to take them plus the points. Well, they covered against UNLV. They lost by 4 at Minnesota. They're making their threes. They're defending the 3-point line. They've given up just 25%. They're defending the basketball. They're doing well in defensive glass. And this Southern Utah team, when you look at their numbers here, horrible. 361st in the nation in turnovers. 358th in the nation in 3-point shooting. Here's who they played this year. They played Western New Mexico, FIU, and Bethesda. So I have no faith at all in this Southern Utah team. I'm going to go ahead and take Nebraska Omaha plus the 8.5. I'm seeing the movement. I don't get it at all there. The strength of schedule there is not impressive for me for this Southern Utah team. And again, when you have these ugly numbers here against this schedule, 361 in turnovers, 358 in 3-point shooting, and you played Western New Mexico, FIU, and Bethesda, and you only beat FIU by 5. And so and FIU is 266th ranked there in Ken Palm. So no, I'm going to look here at in this one in Nebraska Omaha to get it done again. They've been covering spreads on the road. All right, let's continue here on the Toys for More show as we move the hockey. But here we have Solo has no skates, so we're going to say we'll see what Solo has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Headed to a big weekend of action. It's November. It's a lot going on right now with all the major sports in action right now. Keep an eye on loads of long-term passes. Solo doing great work here in College Hoops. What do you got for sale, Solo?
I got a 5-pack today. I think I got 2 college football, 2 college basketball, 1 NBA. We'll be firing heavy back tomorrow, NFL. I had a rough night in college basketball yesterday. I think we swept the NBA board. So we'll get that all back today. Sign up with me, 3-day, month pass, week pass. Pair me up one of the good cappers over at Tony's Picks. Let's put some money in your pocket.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Solo over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's get them on board with those long-term passes. You guys like those 3-day passes here on a Saturday because you got all the football coverage for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as well as NBA and college. With all these sports overlapping, this is the time to get the long-term pass indeed. So get about Solo over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, Solo, it's always great having you show. Continue the success, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Good luck, everybody. Let's make some money.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, it's Solo here on the Tony Six Morning Show. We're with you here every day here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's go to the ice. It's getting cool. It's getting chilly now here out in SoCal. So we got some day games, so we'll knock them out here on this 12-game slot, 3 at a time. We'll start with Blues Bruins. We got the Bruins 220, total 5.5. Islanders Kraken. We've got the Kraken $1.06, both sides, total 5.5. This is afternoon hockey. We now go to the prime time window here with Oilers Maple Leafs. We got Oilers $1.36, total 6. We start with Rod.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at St. Louis, Boston in day games. Sometimes they like to party it up a little bit Friday night. So these early starts for Boston sometimes don't fare so well. So too much value there. Look at with a team that's 500, laying minus 210. Not this guy. I'm not laying minus 210 with a Boston team that's a coin flip at best. Blues 7-9. Give me the Blues plus the big plus money there. I think they outright him. And then you got the Islanders, another early game. That's a coin flip. The Islanders look real good in Vancouver. I think that continues right on over into Seattle, and they get themselves a win there in that one. And then you look at the Edmonton and Toronto. I'm going to take the over 6. I think we see some goals. The home team's been the home cooking for both those teams, so I'm going to cheer for the Oilers hard, but I like the over 6 as the play there.
Yeah, from Rod, move on over to Mindy.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm looking to the Blues here on the puck line. Like Rod said, they've been covering, when it comes to playing the Bruins. I think it's like their last 7 of 8. I'll take the Kraken here at home. And then I'm going to look to the Leafs. They've won in their last 8 of 9 versus teams on winning streaks. So we'll go that route with the Leafs.
Yeah, from Mindy, move on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the St. Louis Blues. They played the other night, and Boston squeaked one out in St. Louis. I think the Blues get them back. I'm going to take them on the money line here. I know they're, like Mindy said, 11-6 against the puck line, but definitely a plus 1.5 in that one. Islanders in Seattle. I can't figure out this Seattle team. I know they've acquired some help on the bench there, but it just – I don't know what's going on with them, but the Islanders just keep, at least getting to overtime. So maybe take a draw in that one. It looks like it's 110 either way in that one. How far we go, Tony?
We stopped at Oilers and Leafs. We went through the first 3.
Okay. Yes. Did you? How about New Jersey, Tampa? You got that one?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
All right. Edmonton laying 135 at Toronto. Yeah, I agree with Rod. I think we've got Skinner and Stolars in net. We'll go with the over in that one.
All right, there from Ron. Let's continue here on the hockey rundown. Next up, we have the Blue Jackets, Canadians. Canadians favorite, $1.17, total 6.5. Sabres and Flyers. We got Flyers, $8, total 6. Sharks and the Penguins. The Penguins 201, total 6.5. Go to Rod.
The Penguins. It's minus 210 for the Penguins. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You. Tony, can I borrow $210? No. So I can put it on the Sharks. Penguins stink. Second half of a back-to-back. Penguins are awful. They just giving up goals left, right, center. Their defense is a sieve. That whole team's a mess. Kyle Dubas is ready to sell off the whole team in pieces. He doesn't care. Everybody's available except Crosby because he just signed that contract. So everybody else is available for scooping up. The problem is their contracts are too heavy. They're going to be having to eat a lot, and Dubas has got nothing to do there. So Pittsburgh's in trouble, especially in the second half of back-to-back. Give me the Sharks. You can take the puck line if you want, but I think they outright them there. And then Montreal, they're favored for a reason. Columbus, the second half of back-to-back, they just beat up on Pittsburgh, and now they have to come into Montreal. They don't fare so well against Montreal. They've lost 5 straight games versus this Montreal Canadiens team. 3-0, 4-2, 4-3, 8-2, 3-1. Beatdowns. Give me Montreal in that one. It's tough to come into Montreal on a Saturday night and beat that team, especially at home. Give me Montreal there.
There from Rod on over to Mindy.
Yeah, well, I had the Sharks here on the puck line. They've covered their last 8 of 9. We'll also be on the Canadians here. Blue Jackets lost their last 10 road games. And then when it comes to the Sabres and the Flyers, I'm going to take the Flyers here at home. Sabres lost last 10 of 11 following a home win. So give me the Flyers there.
There from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with everybody here. Montreal, definitely. Columbus, big win for me last night. Had them. Pittsburgh. Yeah, you guys just got to laugh and say Pittsburgh. Yeah. Give me the puck line on San Jose, definitely. And if you look at underdogs interconference this year, it's hitting about 60%. So Definitely San Jose on the puck line in that one.
Yeah, from Ron. We'll continue on here on this hockey rundown. We'll close out the 7 Eastern games here with Winnipeg and Florida here. We've got Florida favored $1.24 total 6. Devils and Lightning. We've got the Devils $1.11 total 6. Senators and Hurricanes. Hurricanes $1.83 total 6.5 to Rob.
Yeah, and I'll take the Jets at the big plus price. I don't think they get swept out of their Florida trip. Tampa got them last time out. I think the Jets bounce back. I think they beat Florida, 5 straight, 6 straight, something like that. Let me see. 4 straight. Over the last 2 seasons, they beat up on Florida and doing it very handily, doubling their score output too. Last season, it was a 9-4 cumulative score between those 2 teams. Jets winning both games. Jets on a nice plus price. I'll take it. Give me the Jets on the money line there and that one against Florida today. And then the late one. Give me Chicago to beat Vancouver. You look at the Canucks.
Jump ahead, right?
Jump ahead. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad, always.
All right. We move on over to Mindy.
All right. Well, I'll also be on the Jets as the underdogs. They've won their last, 6 versus the Panthers there. I'll be on the Senators. Underdogs here have won the last 5 in this game. And then I'll be on the Devils. They've won their last 7 versus the Lightning there following a win. There we go.
Yeah, from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, give me the Devils on the road, 7-3 on the road this year, and Tampa coming off that huge win against Winnipeg. And for Winnipeg, I'm going back to them. They got me. They got me on Tampa. They didn't get me on the Rangers, and they're not going to get me on Florida. I'm taking the Jets. Jets are the best team in the NHL, and they're still proving it. 7-1 on the road, 15-2 overall. Give me the Winnipeg Jets in that one. Ottawa and Carolina. Carolina's coming back off losing 2 out of 3 out there on the coast. I think Carolina comes back with a big puck line win, 5-1 on a puck line at home. And Ottawa is 3-5 on the road this year. Give me the Carolina Hurricanes on the puck line.
There we go from Ron. All right, let's close out hockey.
Watch out in the Carolina game, and that it's not Spencer Martin going and goal for you there.
That's who I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm seeing Martin.
It is Spencer Martin. Yeah.
Yep, I'm seeing Martin. I know.
Bet at own risk.
Yeah.
East States.
We'll close out hockey with Red Wings and Kings. Kings about $2 at home, total 6 there. Stars and Wild. We've got the Stars road favorites $1.43, total 6. Blackhawks and Canucks. The Canucks $2.45, total 5.5. Just looks like some really inflated favorites. If we go on over to Rob.
Yeah, right. And I like the under between the Chicago and the Canucks, but I'm going to take a shot with this Blackhawks team. They're a scrappy bunch and surprise some teams. Canucks don't look like the team from last season. They've struggled mightily, and you lose to the Islanders, and it wasn't even close. Got to take a shot there with the Blackhawks at that plus price. I like the under between Detroit and LA. I just don't see Detroit. I think it was a Husso in that last night for him, and oh my goodness, he gave out 4 in the third to the Ducks, and then they lose. Yikes! That was just a mess. Should be Talbot and goal for Detroit there in that one tonight, and Riddick going for the Kings. Give me the under 6, low scoring 1. We know Kings. They play some defense. That's what they do. They win these low scoring ones, 3-1, 3-2 type game. Take the under in that one.
There from Rod on over to Mindy.
All right. Stars and Wild. I'm going to go with the Stars. They've won their last 6 there versus the Wild. Minus 142. Not too bad of a price there. Then I'll be on the Red Wings. They've covered here with the puck line. That's where I'm going to go. Puck line. I was like, I didn't write it down. Right. Puck line. 14 to 15 games as underdogs on a losing streak here. And then I'll probably just go ahead and stick with the Canucks on the puck line as well. Blackhawks and that minus 10 point differential still kind of bugs me. So I'll go ahead and go to the Canucks as they've covered in their last 12 of 13. So we'll go that route.
There from Mindy on over to Ron.
Give me the under 5.5 in that Vancouver-Chicago game. I think we got 2 good goalies going, Mrazek and Lankinen. In Dallas, Minnesota, I did a video on this one. I love Minnesota here. Dallas has scored 7 in consecutive games, 7-2 and 7-1. Dallas is a road favorites, 3-4 this year, and Minnesota is a home dog. our home team actually is 11-5 total and 4-2. So I'm going to take Minnesota as a dog price in that one. Not messing with Detroit and LA. And I think that's it, right?
Yep, you got through it. All right, we got you through all the sports here today. So now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment. Cappers give it a parlay, player prop, or maybe an NFL game. Well, it's up to them. They make the call. We'll start with Rob.
And for me, we're going to go with a little mixed sport. We're going to go with play it with Texas. I think they whoop it up on Arkansas. And then we're going to go to college hoops. And we're going to go with Presbyterian plus the points. You can get 4.5, 5 in spots. Shop it around, get your best number. And then in hockey, we're going to go with Montreal. There it is. So Montreal, the Presbyterian Blue Hosts, and Texas in college football. 3 teamers.
Here we go from Rod on over to Mindy.
All right, well, I'll just stay with college football. I'll give you a little 3-teamer there. I love Oregon to whoop up on Wisconsin today. Like LSU and the points, and I also like San Diego State and the points there. That'd be my 3 faves on the day.
Yeah, from Mindy on over to Ron.
Yeah, I'll stick with college football as well. Give me Tennessee, give me Wisconsin, and give me BYU.
From Ron, all right. Give me my 3-teamer.
I don't know why Kansas is even a discussion.
That's crazy. I'll take Utah plus the points, Coastal Carolina plus the points, and I'll lay it here, which actually will stay with Rich Rod here in that one. All right, we got you through our parlay segment. Now it's time to see what the Cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading into a huge weekend of sports. All these sports overlapping, our busiest time of the year, best time to get on the board with a long-term pass. Let's see what Rod has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Rod put up some impressive numbers here for the year at Tony's Picks. You can see over 856 units of profits. Had a great week. What do you have for sale, Rod?
And for me, loaded card today. So I got a 3-pack in college basketball. Number 1 capper over to Tony's Picks in college hoops to start the year. Rolling right along, so jump aboard that. Then I also got a college football early 3-pack. And then I've got a bunch of plays for the later slate in college football as well. A couple hockey. It's one of those days. I got 16 plays in all. So best way to go is instead of having to buy all those packages individually, grab a long-term pass and join me. You can see we've been rolling right along and stacking the units. Don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over at Tony'sPicks.com.
All right, guys. Yeah, more with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll take the long-term pass. Also covers late steam. I know Rod has 16 plays. Maybe find a 17th one.
Most likely I will, because I've already since we've been doing it this morning. I see about 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 that I'm going to put in, so it'll reach 21 here within the hour. It's Saturday. It's one of those spots. I'm a high volume guy. I love college basketball. It's college sports time, as you can see. We've done almost over 2,000 units in college sports this season alone. So I love college sports.
That's it, guys. And like I said, with the late steam feature, the capper, you can get those late plays. Remember, when you sign up the long-term pass, the email you used, you'll get the late plays here from the cappers on a long-term pass. You get that 3-day pass, 7 days, whatever pass you get. Those are emailed directly to your inbox. We're using the email you used to sign up for the service. So there you go. Rod's still working the card when we finish the show, right? So,
you got it. You got to keep working at it, especially on these big card days, because sometimes you get that late information where somebody's they're heading to the arena and they trip. I've seen athletes break a leg, fall down the stairs. Life happens. It's one of those things, and then you can get some late info on those life things that happen to athletes. They're just like everybody else. Life things do happen.
Yes, things happen, guys. So get on board with Rod and the late steam plays, and also to make note that we've also added on our premium section here, document section, first taps in NFLs also now can be part of your member subscription as well. So some extra benefits there. We're still working on some more in the back end for you guys. It'll give you the best value possible here at Tony'sPicks.com, where money. All right, let's see what Minnie has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Speaking of NFL, Minnie here right there. Oh my goodness, there, Minnie, fantastic work. NFL, 1,600 units of profit. What do you have for sale?
I mean, can it just be the NFL every day? That would be my favorite. But you guys, thanks again for watching. We appreciate all of you guys out there listening. If it wasn't for you, we couldn't be here. So we appreciate you and all your time. And to reward you, we got all of these great plays over here on the channel, all the freebies. But we also have our best of the best at tonyspicks.com. So make sure you get over there every single day. I got you covered here for the early slate. It's starting in about an hour. Got a 5-pack of plays for you. So make sure you jump over there right away. Do it. Don't wait. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout.
Yeah, get on board with Mindy. You get down for those long-term passes. The way to go. Mindy's been on a tear right now over at TonySpicks.com. We'll take a look at Ron, what he's got for sale over at Tony's Picks. So we're heading to a big weekend of action. Ron doing great work here at college football.
Yeah, we got college football 4-pack today. Got a best bet in the NHL and one in the NBA. So grab that, and then looking forward to a big day of NFL tomorrow. So like I said, join, get a package, pair us up. All of us are on the leaderboard consistently. So get you a package and let's make some money.
Some money here, guys. Get on board with Ron over at TonySpicks.com. Link in the description to our site. You'll find Ron here amongst the leaderboards at TonySpicks.com. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, I got a plays up on the board right now here from college football. Working my NBA card for you as well. So get on board with me with those long-term passes. Your best value there. May consider a 7-day, a 30-day. 30-day gets you into in the middle of December. They'll have a lot of your college football here. The remainder of college football regular season and championship Saturday is covered there with that 30-day pass. All the college hoops. These holiday tournaments are coming up very shortly, guys. They're out in Maui. They're going to be playing basketball here when these big ones coming up as we approach Thanksgiving, and all these great NFL games coming up. Lot of action here, guys. With all these sports overlapping, your best value is getting those long-term passes. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're back again tomorrow, live 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll hit the NFL card, that 12-game card, and of course, NBA, college hoops, NHL as always. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so you're notified when you get those plays. All right, Rod, we'll ask for Rod. Rod, also our YouTube channel, you'll find more content on demand from our cappers. Rod, what do you got over up on the channel and your plans for the remainder of the weekend?
Yeah, rain of the weekend. Probably shoot some NFL videos as well. But I got you covered on every NHL going today. If I didn't cover it here, it's definitely archived on the YouTube channel, all the NHL games. Plus, there's a little NHL parlay video there as well. Check those out. I'm not the only one shooting videos. You can see below me here, Ron's got some videos. He's got a nice little mixed bag of videos today. Definitely want to check those out. I see, I think Bo's back doing some videos too. Nice to see Bo back. And nice to see Bo back. Definitely missed that guy on the morning shows. He says he should be around by Monday. So good to see him back doing videos. Check it out. The YouTube content's starting to rise.
Yes,
good to see.
It is. Yeah, Bo, just moving. He's getting his keys to a new place, so he has to get
settled.
Get his studio set up. He wants a nice studio, working on the studio. We'll be back here on Monday with Bo. You're starting to see his videos pop up. Of course, if you find Mindy on our channel as well, also on the site, right, Mindy, we can find some of your work in written form as well.
That's right. We'll get you covered here for 3 games in the NFL tomorrow. So make sure you check those out in our free pick section on Tony's Picks website. You can also go out there and just Google those as well. So make sure you check them out. Again, we do all the hard work for you guys. So you guys can just go ahead and easily find our picks. So make sure you check those out today.
That's right. All right, Ron, what do you got over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel? Your plans for the weekend?
Yeah, I've got a couple videos up right now, 2 college football and 1 NHL for today, and I'll have some NFL up for tomorrow. So check those out.
That's right. Check those out. And also keep it on our shorts section because Solo will pop in with some shorts as well as his appearances here on the live show. Speaking of live show, back again tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you tune in. If you ever miss a show live, it archives right on YouTube. Very easy. Just hit the live tab, watch it again. If you need to get more information or you want some information on these later games, just watch the live replay on the YouTube channel. That's going to do it for the show, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll go ahead and wave goodbye, guys. You guys making a winning Saturday. Come back to us tomorrow live, 9:30 a.m. each time with our Sunday show.